Jim Brogan. I was born here. I've been here all my life. I have 2 degrees from the University of Tennessee. So we do wealth management and retirement planning. So what does that really mean? Anything in your life that could impact your finances, whether it's investing money, whether it's how to structure income, if we can optimize our taxes, so we serve people. And that's part of our mission statement. We serve people.
Well, good morning, Julie. Good morning, Shelby. Got 2 folks joining us so far this morning, and it's Sunday morning. So good morning, anybody that's not on the chat here already this morning. If you saw it in my push alert, that we are talking about a pattern change heading our way. So for those of you that have been doing the rain dance, well, you're doing a good job because we're about to get some rain around East Tennessee, and we start that process throughout the day today. So let's go ahead and start you off first things first, the live look outside. That's a live look at Fox Road Marina in West Knoxville. I've had some boaters out there already this morning, some fishermen already enjoying the day. What is in store for your day, and are you ready for a pattern change? Hopefully so, because it is on the way. Let's start you off from yesterday. We did have above average temperatures. Hopefully you had a good day yesterday. Go Vols. We had a nice win yesterday, and we made it to 88 degrees, where an average high for this time of year is only a whopping 81. And remember, that number's coming down pretty quickly. So here's what to watch for this week. Spotty storms through Tuesday that could put down some locally heavy rainfall and maybe some stronger thunderstorms today that would produce some strong gusty winds, not necessarily severe, but maybe special weather statement category. A deepening trough through Wednesday. A deepening trough, I should say, Wednesday through Friday. And that trough may cut off from the main jet stream pattern, the low anyways, and linger across the area through the weekend, which means that we've got elevated rain chances. We've got an unsettled weather pattern on the way. Gusty wind, localized flooding can't be ruled out at this point of the game, but that wouldn't be until the end of the week. So that's what we're going to be talking about here this morning. Your temperature trend, as rain chances go up, temperatures come on down. It's an inverse relationship, right? We don't have the sun's insolation to help warm us up. We've got more rain. We've got more clouds. Not to mention a pocket of cooler air with the low pressure moving its way on through. Morning, Eva. How are you this morning? Laura, how are you? Dwayne, Ryan. We've got Jerry joining us this morning as well. Are we going to have some rain? Are we going to have some rain and sweater weather? I need to wear my East Tennessee weather sweatshirt. Yes, you do, Jerry. No, not necessarily. Well, towards the end of the week, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. Let me explain. All right, so this morning we don't have a whole lot of fog to get the day started, so that's good news. If you're getting ready to hit the road, temperatures are comfortable. Feels good outside already this morning, and we are trending a few degrees warmer, or quite a bit warmer, actually, in some locations versus what we've had over the last 24 hours. Through the day today, lunchtime temperatures right there in the low 80s. We're going to make it into the mid 80s as we get into the afternoon. And so that's going to be the goal, continuing to trend above average throughout the day. Today, even pushing close to 90 from Cleveland, Soddy Daisy, Whitwell, down to Chattanooga. A little bit more comfortable across the Tennessee-Kentucky border. And then if you have evening plans here tonight, want to grill outside, whatever it may be, take a nice little evening stroll, it should be nice and comfortable. But with that said, as I've mentioned, today starts the process of some showers and thunderstorms. So we've got a little piece of energy that's going to slide its way in from southwest to northeast. And so that's the storm motion today. The best location is going to be across the Cumberland Plateau as this little piece of energy starts to slide our way, but see how it starts to fill in as we get into the 3 o'clock hour today. So from 3 till 6 or 7, scattered showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast. So again, if you have outdoor plans, this morning's the time to get things done by the end of the day. Some of us potentially could pick up upwards of an inch of rainfall, an isolated location. So again, this is just the very, very beginning, because as you look ahead on your rain chances that I've updated, we're going now 40% chance of rain for scattered showers and storms today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. And then elevated rain chances Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, likely to be even higher percentages than that, maybe 60, 70, 80%, if not just to plain 100, because of this. Now watch this. We're going to show you what precipitable water is, okay? I'm going to stop this here real quick. So precipitable water, we've talked about on the show during tropical systems, but it's the amount of moisture that you could potentially precipitate out of the atmosphere. So we pick up our timeline this morning and notice East Tennessee, not much, right? Looks like we're sort of in the middle to drier side. But watch how this river of moisture to be able to use to precipitate rain out of the atmosphere starts to feed into the area. Look at these darker shades of reds and yellows. And then as this low gets cut off and strengthens towards the end of the week, watch this, it's really going to pump in a lot of moisture. So I think Wednesday, Thursday, we could potentially see some heavier rainfall. And then there's that upper level low that's just going to kind of linger around the area. Let me show you a different perspective. We're going to go up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So I was showing you precipitable water to show you how much moisture we could see increasing. And the higher that precipitable water is, by the way, the more torrential downpours we could see, or the better rain producers, I should say, that we could see. So let me show you now this. This is our upper level waves. A little bit of a trough starts to head our way, but you can see how these troughs are going to throw some disturbances and start to pile up the rain. So that's rainfall accumulation. But watch as this low, here comes the low. It's going to start to strengthen and form and linger, and see how it's just going to keep us on the wetter weather pattern all the way through the upcoming weekend. And this takes us all the way through Sunday, next Sunday. And so that low is projected just to kind of linger. An upper level low is a weatherman's woe because they're hard to forecast. Models don't really pick up on which way am I going to go? Where am I going to go? How's this going to play out? Models have a really hard time handling them, and so therefore it makes it harder for us. But either way you look at it, when you look at your 7-day rainfall outlook, we're talking the potential of 1 to maybe 2+ inches of rainfall here in East Tennessee, and 2 to 3 back off to our west and northwest. So that's the story this week. A pattern change, falling temperatures, increasing chances for rain. And this may stick with us through the latter part of the month, above and beyond the 7-day forecast, maybe even into the first week of October. Although it does look like some drier air will start to set up shop back behind that system. So we'll see how this all plays out this week. So your 7-day, first day of fall arrives tomorrow, by the way. And we're going to be trending above average. Average again is 81. We're down to the low 80s Wednesday, and then upper 70s to low 80s Thursday, Friday, Saturday as that upper level low swings on through. Now, I think as we get past Saturday, we potentially could warm right back up to above average temperatures, which all that means is above 81 degrees. Got a great sunrise taking shape here this morning from downtown Gatlinburg. I want to take you outside right now and show you what it looks like this is from Anakeesta, looking towards the Smoky Mountain National Park, and Gatlinburg in the far right. What a beautiful, beautiful sunrise taking shape here this morning. All right, did you all get that? Was that clear as mud? Did I paint the picture that we are looking at a pattern change, that you need to pull out the umbrellas now, that you need to pull out the rain jackets, and then towards the end of the week, we need to watch out for the potential for maybe some localized flooding. But so whoever's been doing those rain dances, well, you've been doing well, as I mentioned. Good morning, Kathy. How are you this morning? Jill says, good morning. My friend saw you at Double Dogs yesterday. I told her to go say hi, but I don't think she did. She did not. You got to come say hi to us. We're just hanging out together as a family. Yeah, we went to Double Dogs yesterday to watch the football game, and we had an extra kid with us because one of my friends is on his honeymoon, so we were watching one of his kids. So we had an extra. The gang was a little bit bigger yesterday. And then after that, we ended up going to a friend's house just to hang out and see her and wish another friend of ours good luck because she is getting deployed. As many of you may know, if you have family members that are getting ready to get deployed, she's in the National Guard. So they are moving on out. So she leaves tomorrow. So we went to go say bye to her last night. So give your family members, your kids, whatever it may be, extra hugs today. If they even if they're not deploying, but if you know somebody that's being deployed, go give them a big giant hug. Great, Rain, we need it. Yes, we do, Barbara. You prefer the 90s. Love to learn about how and why the weather is changing. Good. I try to teach you every day, Julie. But you know what else we talk about? We teach you other things too, like national holidays and weather history and just world history. And so now it's time to go through all those things. Stick around if you want to, if you've never been part of the platform. If you got the information that you needed for the day today. Sayonara. I'll see you back here at 7:30 tomorrow morning. We'll take you outside. This is a live look at Fort Loudoun Dam. And a gorgeous sunset or sunrise. A gorgeous start, I should say. To the day. All right, national holidays. I fast forwarded time. Oh, let's go back to the whole thing. So we're celebrating birthdays and events, of course. Celebrating birthdays and events. Any birthdays out there, let us know. And thank you for anybody and all of their service as well. All right, it's National Chai Day. Anybody like chai tea? I love chai tea. And if it's even better if you like coffee, An extra dirty chai is amazing, by the way. Like 4 shots of espresso into some chai tea. That'll get you going in the morning. It's National New York Day. Anybody from New York on the platform? It's your day if that's where you're from. It's National Pecan Cookie Day. I'll give a big shout out to that. I like pecan cookies. And it's Wife Appreciation Day. Let's give all the wives appreciation today. My wife and family is probably still sleeping, but wife, if you're watching, I appreciate you every day. I wouldn't be here without her, so I gotta appreciate her every day. You know? Absolutely. That's all we have for national holidays. So let's move right along, shall we? We'll go to weather history. So here we go. So you can see it all. We're going to start in the nearest time frame and go all the way back in time. In 1989, Hurricane Hugo slammed into South Carolina with at about 11 o'clock at night, making landfall near the Sullivan's Island. A total of 420 people were injured. And an estimated $8 billion damage in 1989, Hurricane Hugo. In 1988, thunderstorms produced high winds and locally heavy rain in the southwestern U.S. 86-mile-per-hour winds in Del City, Texas. A Cessna 150 aircraft housed in a hangar was flipped over and snapped in two. Yikes. In 1987, Tropical Storm Emily was formed in the Caribbean the previous afternoon, caused considerable damage to the banana industry in St. Vincent on the Windward Islands. Now, in 1954, the temperature in Death, Nevada, soared from a morning low of 12 degrees to a high of 87. A record daily warm-up, by the way, for the state. In 1938, a hurricane, remember this is before we named them, a hurricane smashed into Long Island and bisected New England, causing a massive forest blowdown and widespread flooding. Winds gusted to 186 miles per hour at Blue Hill, Massachusetts, and a storm surge of nearly 30 feet. Now, in 1924, a couple of tornadoes, one rated an EF4 and another EF5, tore paths of devastation through Eau Claire, Clark, and Taylor counties in Wisconsin. And in 1894, a heavy chicken house. What is a heavy chicken house? A heavy chicken. Oh, you can't even read that now. I got to get that on the screen there for you. Sorry about that. Whatever a heavy chicken house is, wherever who's writing this blog, 16 by 16 feet area wide. So a big chicken house was picked up by a tornado and wedged between two trees. The hens were found the next day sitting on their eggs in the chicken house with no windows broken, although they didn't have any windows. All right, let's talk about some world history now. There we go. Get it on the screen so you can see it. All right, in 1985, North and South Korea opened their borders for the family reunion program. In 1982, the National Football League, NFL players began a 57-day strike. It was their first regular season walkout, 1982. In 1981, the U.S. Senate confirmed Sandra Day O'Connor to be the first female justice on the U.S. Supreme Court. There's a lot of reading here. Hold on. In 1976, the 20th album by the Bee Gees, Children of the World, was released. In 1970, NFL Monday Night Football made its debut on ABC. The game was between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. The Browns won 31-21, by the way. In 1957, Perry Mason, the television series, made its debut on CBS. The show was on for 9 years. And in 1937, J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit was first published. How about them apples? See, the more you know. Let's take it to Gatlinburg, shall we? This is live looking downtown Gatlinburg. Tomorrow's Melanie's birthday. How about that, Melanie? Well, tomorrow, join us on the broadcast and we'll wish you a happy birthday again. But it's not like a belated happy birthday, it's a pre. Maybe we were the first ones to tell you that now. Jesse's brother, Steven, is in the guard. Is he deploying? Lots of folks are getting on out of here. He's a staff sergeant. Yes, sir. Good morning, Lisa. How are you this morning? Yeah, Barbara, of course. Absolutely. I do have a couple Witchers pictures to share with you this morning. We'll get those on the screen. And then we'll let you go about your day. How about that? Julie. Remember, Julie is on the broadcast all the time, and she actually went out to the airport in Morristown, and they had a good old open house aviation kind of a day, I believe it was. It was a fly-in, cruise-in at Morristown Airport on Saturday, hanging out with the UT Medical Hospital Medical Center helicopter. That thing is cool. My wife's always wanted to be the nurse in one of those things. Yikes. That is some crazy stuff. How about this one? This photo is brought to you by Julie Ward as well. The last one of the summer flowers in Whitesburg. They're going pretty quickly, aren't they? All right, my friends. That's about all we have for the day today. Witcher shift. Anyways, hopefully you have a good day today. Hey, by the way, remember that I'm going to give you some fun weather stuff. Just hang out with you on the on my morning update on Facebook. If you're ever joining me on social media, I just kind of do a little bit of a hangout to talk about the weather forecast for the day. If you really want a little bit more information, always go to the East Tennessee Weather app. There you can find 1 Minute with Witcher. I record twice a day, morning and evening. So like by 6 a.m. and by 6 p.m. I also do two long version forecasts. If you miss some of the forecast here, if you don't get it all right here, of course, if you get it all right here, that's your platform. That's about all you need to get for the day. But if you don't, and you want quick little snippets, check out 1 Minute with Witcher, and then check out the full broadcast, the full forecast. It kind of dives into the bigger story details of why the weather is going to be the way it is. Changing things up every day. And remember, go check out some merch. Julie ordered some merch from the East Tennessee Weather merch shop. She said it came quickly. Did you see my shirt? I had an orange shirt yesterday that I also ordered from the East Tennessee Weather merch shop. Go like and subscribe everything. Smash that subscribe on YouTube if you're joining us on YouTube, or if you've not yet. And make it the best day ever. I'll see you back here real soon throughout the day on all East Tennessee Weather platforms. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. See you tomorrow.